The Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, Honorable Ibrahim Patel, has extended his gratitude to the outgoing CEO, Ms. Philisiwa Mthethwa, who has served the National Empowerment Fund with passion and dedication. She contributed to the transformation and the participation of Black-owned businesses in their country's economy and led a process of the NEF attracting funding that it managed on behalf of other clients for goals consistent with the NEF mandate. Ms. Mthethwa was appointed to the helm of the development financier 18 years after an illustrious career as an economic diplomat, later serving as a policymaker who helped government establish the BBBEE Act and related policies. Reflecting in the NEF's integrated report for the period April 2022 to March 2023, Minister Patel adds,
the NEF approved 1.2 billion rand worth of investments to businesses owned and managed by Black South Africans, mainly in townships and rural areas, against the target of 1 billion rand. A total of 692 million rand was disbursed into the domestic economy, creating and maintaining 4,598 jobs. The NEF reported a notable improvement in the percentage of disbursements to Black women-owned and managed businesses in the period under review, achieving 37% as compared to an average of 31.5% of the past 2 financial years. The improvements are welcome, and I look forward to further strengthening of performance.
He further adds, the work of the NEF in implementing its core mandate and the outcome of joint effort is aligned to the DTIC's set of 3 shared outcomes. Industrialization, by drawing the link between interventions and patterns of production, investment, exports, and job creation. Transformation, by connecting interventions to empowering Black South Africans, women, and workers. Capable state, by reporting on improved performance and deeper partnerships. Writing in the same report, Dr. Nthabiseng Moleko, chairperson of the NEF Board of Trustees, says the entity has developed a close understanding of the demands, market shortcomings, and the solutions necessary for South African SMEs to flourish. With the overwhelming majority of the NEF's performance metrics met, the 2022-23 financial year ending performance is the fruit of the seeds sown and maintained over the course of 2 decades to best serve this segment, including those poised to become industrialists. The Board of Trustees of the NEF is pleased to table a report that outlines one of the finest moments in the 20-year operational history of the entity.
As I begin the countdown to the end of my tenure as CEO of the NEF in December 2023, I must thank the current and past administrations of our democratic government, parliament, the empowerment fraternity, the staff and management of the NEF, as well as trustees dating back to 2005 to date, for having entrusted me a role in the construction of the modern-day pyramids of hope and Black excellence. This is a tribute to our investees in the rural areas, in the townships and cities across South Africa, who are making a difference on a daily basis, creating jobs and adding value to our economy. This is homage to the game changers who straddle the various sectors of our national economy. When I was appointed in July 2005, the NEF had approved 35 million rand for the benefit of 17 Black-owned businesses. As at end March 2023, the development financier had approved 1,490 transactions worth more than 13.082 billion rand across the country. Over 9.097 billion rand disbursed to these companies since inception, supporting in excess of 119,045 jobs, of which 73,850 were new, to propel the growth of Black industrialists, together with local and international partners. The entity has developed 24 strategic and industrial projects worth 12.6 billion rand. 87% of the transactions are at an advanced development stage. Thank you so much.
Dr. Moleko says the NEF remains committed to the highest standards of governance, ethics, and integrity at all levels. The board, as the custodian of corporate governance, understands that good governance supports good performance and sustainable value creation. Thus, the NEF embraces robust governance and risk frameworks that enable the NEF to fulfill its mandate. The board reviews these frameworks on an ongoing basis, being mindful of the dynamic landscape in which it operates. In this regard, the achievement of a clean external audit for the 20th consecutive year is a seminal illustration of the NEF's enduring commitment to governance. In pursuit of maximizing the empowerment dividend, the provision of financial and non-financial support for Black women and youth is at the center of the organization's empowerment philosophy. In this regard, over the past 12 years, 40% of the NEF's total disbursements have benefited businesses that are partially or wholly owned by Black women entrepreneurs. This has been made possible by the dedicated efforts of the NEF's Women Empowerment Fund, established in 2014 to drive the value and volume of approvals for the disbursement to businesses that are owned and managed by Black women, explains the CEO. She says a highlight is in healthcare, where 100% Black-owned businesses thrive and are involved in local manufacturers of dialyzers for the treatment of kidney disease. The NEF has continued to support youth-owned businesses, primarily through entry-level into the fourth industrial revolution, as well as the creative industry, particularly in film and television production. An example in this space is in mining services, where Motlalefi Engineering, a Black youth-owned and managed business, manufactures roof support structures that improve safety in the mining sector. The company now exports to 4 SADC countries, namely Zambia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique, says Chief Financial Officer Mr. Pumudzo Sipuma. Collections from investees have increased by 18% year-on-year from 476 million rand to 562 million rand, resulting in a collection ratio of 83.9% against the target of 80%. Despite an unfavorable macroeconomic climate, increase in the interest rate and sluggish economic growth, the impairment ratio has improved from 29% to 25% for the first time since the start of COVID-19 in 2020. The NEF has also raised and received third-party funds which amount to 120 million rand during the 2022-23 financial year. In a tribute to Ms. Mthethwa, Dr. Moleko praised her diverse knowledge of banking, capital markets and international investments that helped grow the NEF into a high-performing organization, one whose integrity is exemplified by 20 years of uninterrupted clean external audits. In a tribute to Ms. Mthethwa, Dr. Moleko praised her diverse knowledge of banking, capital markets and international investments that helped grow the NEF into a high-performing organization. Today, the NEF is an authority on the development of Black industrialists, rural and township development, women empowerment, enterprise and supply development, among others, which are some of the areas that the CEO has been passionate about.